With everything inspected where we want it to be, we had to take it apart one more time because now we're at the final stage.
It is a dial with an SUV going downhill. That is your downhill assist.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Defiant Jeep. Today we got another little project going on, real simple project, shouldn't take you about maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And today we're actually going to be working on V-notch. Like I got V-notch all ready, got the hood up and everything. And this is going to be like a super simple project. This is one of those things that my wife said, you know, what if we did this? It would probably be a whole lot easier. And of course we're talking about her. Now what we're talking about is installing hood struts. Now, a lot of ladies that own their Jeeps are not as tall as men, and especially in those cases when we put on the larger tires or start installing a lift kit. So lifting the hood is becoming a little bit more of an issue. So instead of having to, undo the latches and lift the hood and then mount the prop rod, which you're gonna have to undo the latches anyways, but now we're gonna try and eliminate the use of the prop rod. We're not gonna delete the prop rod, but we are going to install the hood struts. Now this kit is actually very, very simple. It does come with those 2 hood struts I showed you. It comes with 2 hood brackets and 2, I guess, body brackets. And it's got the hood brackets are pretty much, asymmetrical. They go on either side. But the body brackets, there is a left and a right. So be careful when installing these. And the only tool that I see right now that you're going to need is a 10mm socket and a ratchet. And there's going to be a little bit where I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use this ratchet just for one instance. So, but for the most part, like I said, it's going to be like super simple. Let me go ahead and show you how to install it. Alrighty, for the lower bracket, you're going to pretty much define where you're going to go. You're going to use this part right here, and you have, excuse me, you have a 10mm bolt. Now, what I mean by 10mm bolt is the hex head is a 10mm for a socket. So we're going to use that one, which is probably like the most furthest rear. So let's go ahead and take that bolt out. That's the first thing we're going to do, because since we're using this location, we're also going to use this bolt. All right, let's get that guy out of there. We're just going to take our bracket. We're going to put it in its place, and we're going to line up the bolt hole. We are going to start the bolt. Now we're going to go ahead and wind it back in, and this is my cheat moment. This is probably the only time I'm going to use this power ratchet. Now the instructions that this came with, they want to tell you to keep a grip on your bracket, and the pinch right here where it gets bolted to, you want to hold them tight while you refasten the bolt. Let's see how I can get this done. Okay. And that's good right there. Now these bolts aren't very thick, so you don't need a lot of torque. So just tightening it enough is enough. And that part's done. Now let's go ahead and let's install the hood bracket. Alrighty, for the hood bracket, which is this one right here, you got these 2 bolts and a floating bracket back there. What you want to do on the lower bracket, or the lower bolt of the bracket, you want to go ahead and remove that bolt completely. Keep it available because you're gonna almost immediately need it. So now you have this one bolt. It's really loose right here. You can see that the bracket itself is just floating there. And you want it in the correct orientation, where it's going up on the fold or the bend of the hood, but you want the ball stud sticking out, because that's where you're gonna mount your little, what do they call that, little strut or dampener, or just a little hood shock. Man, they're all about the same thing. Okay, so as you got it separated, now just remember that you're looking for this slot right here, and it may have a little partial covering of a weather stripping. You can just fold this back. It's going to be a little bit in your way, but it's very pliable. You can move it out of your way. It's no big deal. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to find our easiest access. So we want to go ahead and make like an L shape, like I have there. We want to work it in Let's work it. And it does take a little bit of massaging, but you'll get it in. You want to be careful with your hood though. You don't want to bend the hood. You just want to work this enough where you can work it in there. And the thing is finding the trick to it, which is really in that direction. Make sure I got enough threads on here. I don't want to lose this bracket. If I lose it and it goes down the hood, I'd say party's over. I don't have a way of retrieving it. So you want to be careful with this at the same time. So give it a little pivot. What is this plastic thing sticking out? I don't think I got it out of the way, thank God. Okay, let's work it in there. Work it, work it. And I really hate to back out a little bit more. I don't want to lose the bracket, but I'm going to give it a little bit. I just need to get enough that I can have maneuvering space. And I got it. Let me just give this a little wind so I don't lose that bracket. That would be so upset. Okay, so at this point you're ready for your bolt. Let me see if I can line up the holes, and that's the whole thing, lining up the holes. Let me get my best friend, and everybody knows that my best friend is my little mechanic's pocket screwdriver. I just want to grab the bracket enough where I can line up the holes, and that's all I need. And I think I'm there. Get this bolt. I can start the threads. Ooh, by Jove, I got it. Right on. So, and she's in. It's just give it a little bit of torque. Like I said, that these bolts are not very thick, so you don't need to like hand wrench it like you do in an engine part. Just enough that it's tight. Right on. Okay, at this point you got the top bracket and the lower bracket installed. We're ready to put on the strut right here. Now I don't have a pair of scissors with me. This is the strap that pretty much keeps it compressed in the package. But as always, I do have my knife. So let's see if I can cut this off without hurting myself. It's a good wrapper. Oh my goodness. Got it. And there she goes, all expanded. Let's go and drop this on the floor. Put my knife back in my pocket. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. This looks like my little pocket screwdriver. It may have some locks on here. Let me show them to you real quick. See this part right here? That's a lock. We're gonna have to pop this out. I believe that's how they work. Oh, that's convenient. That one's a lock, I think. Yeah, that's a lock. Okay, right on. So the lower one, got this little slide right here. Yeah, press this upward, it locks a little ball in place. And what we're gonna do, the thick side, we're gonna put this on top. The skinnier leg in this ball mount, or the receiver for the ball mount, we're gonna put that on the bottom. Let's go ahead and knock that out. I know I'm gonna look super silly. I probably don't know what I'm doing. This is my first. Well, that was super easy. Let's go ahead and slide that lock. I'm just gonna use my pocket screwdriver to help apply tension on this. Oh my God, super easy, bro. Super easy. Okay. We need to lift the hood a little bit so I can line up the mounting points. And that's it. She's in. All right, so now we got it in. The actual strut is what's like holding the hood up, as you can see. Let me twist this a little bit. Where is my? Here he is. Let me give you a little bit more. There's a prop rod. As I lifted the hood, it became very loose. So let's go ahead, put that guy back where it goes, and she's good to go. That one hood strut's already installed. Allow me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and install this side, and let's go ahead and finish the job. Like I said, it couldn't be but 5 or 10 minutes. All right, both sides are fully done, fully installed. Let's go ahead and check for functionality at this point. Now, at this point, I went ahead, as you notice, I put the prop rod back up where it goes. So we're actually not even using it. The hood is being held by the struts themselves. Let's give it a little test. And Patty does have these extra guards here on the hood. We want to make sure they pass. Hood closes fine, but you can see it's not got that little bit of tension. Let me see if I can give you a better angle, better shot of that. Let me. Ooh, good Lord, I tightened that up pretty good, didn't I? There we go. Better shot. So, as I brought the hood down, got that extra tension, which is good. So you have to push down a little bit, put her hand in there. Hood comes up with no problem. Alrighty, all in all, I believe this project was a success. Patty of VNOT, she doesn't even know I installed it. I'm gonna let her just see it and get all surprised and whatnot. I'm sure she's gonna love it. Now, this particular kit does fit the JLs and the JTs with factory hoods. I'll leave you a link for this product below if you really like it. And just keep in mind, it only fits stock hoods. If you got an aftermarket hood like the Defiant does, this product's not gonna work. I did find several different models for the JK, but looking at all the brackets versus all the mounting points on the aftermarket hood, these things do not work on aftermarket hoods, only factory hoods. And most of y'all got them. I just like to be the little black sheep hot rodder of the group. But this is like super cool. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and thank you for coming along for the ride. Don't forget to join us on all of our social platforms, and of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And of course, please visit us at www.defiantjeep.com, where you can find all of your Jeep performance accessories, camping gear, and other merch. We love to see you on the trail.